Are you okay? Buddy?
Quick, take it!
What is it?
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right.
Oh, he's gonna get pulled in there, isn't he?
Stronger.
I see a glowy thing down there. Did you see that?
Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I
That's
just need a little more time.
excessive
Please,
to say.
I'm almost there. Thank you.
Oh. I'm button smashing!
Oh, watch out! The power of the abyss is strong.
Button smashing! We can do it! We can do it! Ah! My god.
This power.
Hanging in there?
I can't do more button smashing.
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
Because he
We
probably
can't
is
wait any
no
longer.
more.
Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice.
We bought too many ropes. 30k
sorry,
was too
Seawater.
much.
Get back!
Oh.
Chaska, wait!
Did we destroy his
Ouch.
only hope?
What happened just now?
Why am
It
I?
looked like the spirit speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
I hope
At
there
least
is no
Kachina's
next
ancient
time.
name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
He's going to be depresso again.
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Huh? This is...
Isn't that the obsidian?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living.
I'm not gonna say where this line comes from, but
Was that?
if you
A
know, you
memory?
know.
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing
Empa!
your breathing
Hi,
and
how
controlling
you
your
doing?
emotions should help you keep the symptoms in
Welcome.
check.
Huh. That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news.
We've been listening to a lot of
Oh,
story here.
And apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to
No.
say, Uncle Wyna. I
No.
can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi?
Weather forecast?
What are you doing
Be
here?
careful of flying. Oh!
Don't
Ow!
be dumb with your own sister.
Ow!
You know exactly why I'm here.
I thought
My
it's like a
apologies,
saying
everyone.
or something
I
that I
just
don't
need to
know
borrow Chaska
about.
for a
Like
few
there is like a
minutes.
saying that's like gonna
You
rain
come with
cats
me.
and dogs. But like, I was like, fish?
I'll be just a moment.
So mean!
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo soars. She was afflicted with a
Oh,
rare
are those
disease when
the
she
animals?
was a child and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the Cuckoo Source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
Nah.
It's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses.
I mean, can you call that going abroad?
We agreed, didn't we?
You're going to a different plane,
there are 4
don't
levels of
you?
danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative.
I mean, there is no
Trip
alternative.
to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going
You
to
also
walk into a
save
dangerous
lives as a doctor.
situation
What do
where
you
could
mean?
Lose control at any moment. It's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm
What does that
joking?
mean?
Then, you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that
Is she turning
managing
into a
your
beast?
condition
Is she part
equally
werewolf?
important.
We're sorrier?
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Whatever.
All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me. Ugh.
That's a warning.
Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
It's a perfect time clip. What?
So, you're
What?
really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
She was raised by the Sauriers. I
support
think
me.
that's what she means.
I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago.
Yeah.
And she reacted the exact same way.
You could
down to
also
the
just
very
say
tone of
Mowgli
voice.
because she is
It's
able
not my
to
place
speak
to
the
get
tongue
involved.
of
But I
regular
will say
people.
this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Emma! Thank you! Ow, I'm getting hit by
Anytime.
everything.
All right.
You get a
If
sticker,
you're done with the
buddy!
spirit speaker stone,
Buddy!
you might as well hand
What
it
sticker
over.
do you want?
According
You can
to
have a
Kenichi,
cat sticker
it's an
or a bird
important
sticker.
ceremonial
What would you
artifact.
prefer?
So it'd be safer to keep it
You're
with
gonna
me.
get onto a sticker book and I'm gonna post it on
about that.
on Discord.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
A few more. Cat or bird?
I see.
And give me a color you would
Sounds
prefer.
like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still,
A cat sticker,
see,
okay.
Lolly's going to be a
What
nightmare
color
to
would
deal
you
with
prefer?
now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
Oh, are we going to the Night Warden now? Where is it? Where is it? All the way over there. Oh, there is. I didn't get that one yet. So it's time to get to that. A yellow one. Okay, I can't promise you that there will be a yellow one. I will try to find one that is going to be the closest to yellow. And as I said, I will post it on Discord. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. Yes. I will post it by tomorrow. As a little appreciation. Let me get to the teleporter. Da-da-da! We're back!
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
You never joined a Discord?
Let me give you the condensed version.
Time to join it. You learn of the Pyrocon's battle against the captain, as well as her
The Fatui
sacrifice.
again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
How are they gonna
That's why it
know?
has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still,
I'm sorry,
all we
I'm
need to
sorry.
do is
Sometimes, you know, I'm
focus
getting
on the
excited
goal.
and I have to tell you what
can leave
happens
the
next.
complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Is that how you live, Pyroarchan? It's very chaotic.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts.
Wow, isn't the
In that
Pyro
land,
noses the
everyone
lost
grows
nosers
up
they
listening
need?
to the
Because, like,
stories of
isn't
heroes. And
Saritsa...
physical items do a
the
far
ice
better job of
Archan?
preserving those stories than our own memory.
Am I having that wrong in memory?
Now, I
But
still
I think
have
that
some
Saritsa is the
preparations
ice
to make for
Archan,
the
isn't
ceremony.
she? They,
So
dumb,
feel
whatever.
free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
So when they get the fire noses, it's over. Like, the Fatui got a part of what they wanted. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Observe equipment.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he
Froggy?
staked his honor.
Froggy!
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Where they are
Wait,
going to
that
waste.
means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
Okay, cool. Anything else I can observe? Belt?
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
A lot of things are bigger than Paimon's head, listen.
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even two people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
You can't just blame them for that. What about those
There are so
jars?
many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, She
I
actually
did
has
a
keen
lot
sense
of the
humor.
stupid
The tools you see
fishing
here are
minigame.
quite
Okay,
traditional.
I think
Her students
I
found them
think I did
outdated, so she
enough.
passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Sure, the PG version
It's
of
quite
grape
tasty,
juice, huh?
Although, probably expired by now.
Tell me
This is
about
Atea's talisman.
Atia, yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle. The powder still
No
needs some
more
time
pie
to settle.
mods.
So let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of
amazing.
Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
Wenty would love it.
The shape
Mondstadt
of
would love
time?
it. Mondstadt is just a drunk yard.
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present,
Yeah.
and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Hey, that's going above your head, huh?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
All of them? Yeah, I'd have to say all of them.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
That does kinda make sense.
Does
The
that?
future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future. While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan?
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my
Aww.
mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry, Paimon's so sorry. Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes.
Sometimes?
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians who were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
I mean,
Isn't
come on,
that
what are you
being a
gonna do? It's
family
already
is all
spelled.
about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there.
That
and
makes
then
it
we'll
sound
begin.
like they were all not alive anymore. The way she's talking about them. I'm slow walking. The slowest walk of the century.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me.
Yes? Go on.
I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss.
That is not
I
good.
was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
Yeah, easy.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so
Because we're
close, we can't
friends.
call it quits now. Thank you.
Hang in there, little girl.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This
No
entrance
way.
to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the
But
party.
who's gonna protect the Archon?
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. There's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle,
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Okay, but I'll be honest, we had like 3 hours of constant information flow from left and right. I am a bit tired. So I think we're gonna go and drop into the Night Kingdom Warden, whatever Mabusi stuffy, you know, thing next week. I need a tiny bit of, oopsie. I need a tiny bit of, you know, a bit of a breather. That's what I need. That's what I need. So yeah, we're coming back to this next week. A tiny bit of breathing. That's what we need here.